Welcome into High Top Sports Network. My name is Joe Rhoades. Joining me this evening is a new title for him, the East boys coach in Saturday's Cager Classic, Corey Smith. Corey, thanks so much for hopping on and making the time.
Oh yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Joe. You said you wanted to talk about it. It was a no-brainer, of course. Let's get down to business.
I could talk about anything with you. We could talk about popsicle sticks or aircraft carriers. I don't care. We could talk for hours when it comes to you, man. I know we always have good conversations. So this just gives us another opportunity to talk about something relevant.
That's right.
And relevant when it comes to basketball. So getting right into it. You've been a player in this game. You've been an assistant coach in this game, and now you're going to be a head coach in this game. What does that mean to you, and how do you feel when you actually hear somebody say that?
I'm just grateful. Like I said, I'm just so excited to come into this game. I'm glad it's back. Like you said, I was a player in 2002. Then I was assistant when Hutch was there. And now, I got my own job at Kiski, and I had the pleasure, got that phone call, a couple of weeks ago and say, hey, Coach Smith, we want you to coach the East Squadron. I said, no doubt.
Not only did you play in this game, you were an MVP of this game.
I was.
I jokingly
but
brought
we
you
lost.
up 2002, just to date you a little bit.
Right.
So how different, because you do have a little bit of a taste of the coaching side of it and obviously playing in it. Well, how different are those roles being a part of the Cager Classic?
It's something when you work hard at what you do. From a coach's standpoint, to be recognized for your work that you've done this year, turning the team around. It shows that the kids that are seniors, the hard work that they put in over the years, and they get rewarded at the end. Maybe, because this could really be their last game that they ever play. Some may go into college, some may go left, right, you never know. But this is one opportunity, another opportunity, maybe the last opportunity for some of these seniors around here in the local area, AK Valley, to get together, to get to some of the guys that they looked up to or maybe played beside. Let's get it and go.
You mentioned some of these guys that have never played with each other, maybe admired from afar or played together. There's a really good chance that if you're on the East roster this year, particularly on the boys' side, that you play together. And not only did you play together, but you played at a place you're very familiar with, top-level basketball. You have a lot of guys that you've coached in the past that aren't necessarily from Kiski.
Right.
You got some of those top-level guys, Bo Swartz, for instance. You have some guys that you coached interscholastically, and Eli Rich. And then, of course, you have James Pearson that you're going to get a chance to coach, who you saw a lot of this past year. So how neat of an experience is that, getting to coach guys that not only you coached as recently as this year, but you've coached, previous years and dating back a ways?
I mean, these seniors, I've had them since fourth grade. I mean, let's not forget Trevor Smellick, too, out of West Shamokin. Mason Conroy out of Armstrong. Carter Leary, he is not going to be on the East team. Right. But I still got love for Carter Leary at Highlands. He's a hard worker. But these kids, I've watched grow over the years, and it's so amazing that you could tell at a young age that they were the stars of their individual schools and their other school districts. Now they're still the stars their senior year, and now they get to be the stars together. It's going to be crazy. I plan for my practice to be very intense. I know it's an all-star game, but I want them to battle. I want to go to work. I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm out to win. I'm out to win. I'm 1-1. Put it that way in Cager Classic. When I played, I lost. When I coached with Hutchin, at Hutch, we had Trey Tempton in it. We won. So I'm 1-1 Cager. So I don't want to go 1-2. I want to be 2-1 as far as my Cager record.
I would expect nothing less. You to just go out there and treat it like a regular old all-star game and kind of pitter-patter throughout it would be more surprising than what you just said. So,
right.
Again, not too surprised to hear that, Coach. I have to ask, we talk about the Cager, but you mentioned earlier your first year under your belt now at your alma mater, Kiski Area. It was a turnaround season, certainly for that program. A lot of excitement surrounding it. We were fortunate to see a lot of it here on High Top Sports Network. I myself covered a good portion of those games and really enjoyed every opportunity I had to come down there. How happy is Corey Smith right now in his basketball life? Obviously, might have been maybe the past few years not ideal for you in terms of your previous stop and now where you're at now. So how happy are you in your current basketball life, and how exciting and how fulfilling was this past year being the head coach of the Cavaliers?
It was. It's another chance to give back. It was so exciting to come back to Kiski and coach these boys once again to turn this program around. As I said at the banquet last week or week and a half ago or whatever it was, these guys and this team set the expectations for Kiski area basketball moving forward. It is compete for that section championship. It is work hard every single day at practice. It's compete. It is, just setting that, changing that culture. I know a lot of coaches, they always say, I'm here to change the culture. I'm here to change the culture. No, I'm really here to change the culture. Like, I'm really here to change the culture for Kiski area. I want these kids to play how I coach. I want these kids to know that I'm serious about it. I want them to be serious about it. I want them to compete. I want them to win. But we're going to learn how to lose. There's been topics all over, should we get rid of the handshake line? Absolutely not. That's giving the kids outlets for that. So keep the handshakes with you on PIAA, please. The kids have to learn how to win. The kids have to learn how to lose. It's our job to teach them and to know the expectations, moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. There's a lot you can learn in a loss, sometimes maybe more than in a victory. I recently put a post up on one of the social media platforms that I'm a part of it that said, lose with grace, but don't learn to have a taste for it.
That's
you
right.
have to be used to, or you have to be familiar with losing, but don't like it. There's a difference between losing with grace and enjoying a loss. And certainly you are building a kind of a culture, as you said, for lack of a better term, that really instills that message. What have you learned this past year? You went from a smaller school in Leechburg a couple of years back now to playing high 5A basketball. Is there anything different about that this year as compared to maybe playing more smaller school competition?
The coaching. I would say the coaching. We're at Leechburg. I'm not knocking, because it was single A or double A, but I was able to outcoach some of the coaches there. Now you have to really put that time in. I really watch a lot of film, and I call out plays, and every single coach across there is calling the play that I just called because they went over it. So it's more strategizing. It's more, just really getting them kids to understand the game. Just like I said, the coaching is better. They make you step your game up. And I hope I make them step their game up. So it's just fun to compete versus some of those coaches who play professionally, who play D1 basketball, who's in the Hall of Fame in the city. Some of the coaches that are in my section right now, but they know every time that they face Kiski, it's going to be a dogfight.
How will you go about this offseason in particular with that in mind? And is there anything you're going to do different this offseason, maybe in terms of a timeline, getting started sooner, implementing something that you didn't last year? Is there anything that you're going to do maybe in particular that's different than the offseason last year?
It's just so hard, with kids playing multiple sports. Now we're in baseball and track, and then, football comes right around the corner again, so a lot of the stars that are on baseball right now and football are involved in all these multiple sports. So it's kind of trying to balance out with Coach both Alberts, I guess you could say, for the baseball and football, both of them, balancing out that time to where we can all share our athletes together and get us better in our individual sports that we coach. And so it's just getting the kids in, it's just getting the kids in. Now, we do have some kids that do not play football, do not play baseball. So I'm going to be On top of that, very soon coming up, the summer leagues. We already got the emails about St. Joe's summer league coming up. So it's just like it's right around the corner again. I'm gonna, just let them chill for a little bit more. And then we're gonna be back to work soon. The kids that do not involved in baseball and football and all that, we'll be in the gym. We'll definitely be in the gym.
Good place to be. Coach, quickly back to the Cager Classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's unique in the fact that it has that skills competition on the Friday before. I think that's pretty neat, and it sort of builds more to the atmosphere that is the Cager Classic. It's a quarter of a century old now, so it's really kind of gaining momentum as it gets older, if it didn't have enough already. So with the skills competition being on a Friday and then also having the All-Star game on Saturday, talk about just the whole atmosphere built by all of the happenings at the Cager Classic at Highlands High School.
Yeah, it's another chance for them kids to show what they got and why they're there. It's to show the why they're there, to showcase their talents. It's an amazing event. The skill competition does get kind of long. If I remember, it kind of like, they kind of stretch it out. So I'm hoping it's condensed because it's there a while, but it is what it is. It's a chance for all the boys and the girls to showcase what they got. And I'm hoping everyone comes out and supports, not only Kiski, but from all the surrounding areas. Come out and support your senior that you watched grow up since 9th grade and up, play high school basketball. Send them out on a good note. Show the support, come to the game, come to the skills competition, practice on Thursdays, open to the public. If you want to come check us out and practice, like I said, I plan to compete there, and maybe the show, and so Thursday night, it's open to the public. I'm just saying. Yeah. Friday skills, and then you got the game on Saturday, on 5:45 girls and 7:45 the boys game will start. So hey, it's going to be a great event. I'm hopefully, Trainer Heights is rocking, up in there at Highlands High School. And so I just can't wait. I really can't wait till the Cager Classic starts.
If High Top Sports Network wasn't so jam-packed with broadcasts every day like we pride ourselves on doing, Coach, I would be there on Thursday. I'm just glad I'm going to get to be there on Friday for the skills competition and Saturday for both All-Star games. Yeah. And I'm certainly looking forward to it, probably just as much as you guys are and some of the players. Because I get a chance to go every year, and I've made it a point to try to go every year as well, just to check it out and kind of salute the seniors that I've been fortunate enough to cover in my career. One question, Coach, you mentioned it. Coach Dizon also coaching in this game on the girls' side, I do believe.
Yes.
So it's kind of a nice spotlight on Kiski Area in that respect. Talk about just sort of Kiski Area and trying to promote basketball, maybe not just on the boys' side of things, but having both you and Coach Dizon there to represent the school and kind of shine a light on Kiski Area right now. Kind of how important is that, and how neat is that for probably both you and Coach Nick?
Oh, I mean, it's great for the district for us to be recognized. I believe he's in his fourth year at Kiski. He does a great job. I see him all the time in the gym. He's putting in the work with the girls. He's in AAU with some of the girls right now. He never stops coaching. He has continued trying to work on his craft, and keep the girls team on an uprising, program. So it's great. Our cheerleaders is going to be there too. So not only, we got the boys coach, the girls coach, some of our players, our cheerleaders are going to be in the building too. So I'm hoping the whole community from Kiski Area District comes out and supports us, because it's going to be a great event. It really is. But yeah.
Well, Coach, one more question. I'll leave you off on this. When you step on the court on Friday a little bit, but particularly Saturday, to actually coach the game, what's your message going to be? I know you're going to tell the guys, play to win. But I'm sure you're also going to tell them things in terms of just enjoying and taking in the experience, being that you played in it yourself and probably know how important it is to soak it in. What are maybe some of the things you're going to tell them, right before that game tips off on Saturday?
Definitely enjoy the moment, to look around and to be proud of yourself that you made it here. To be proud of the name on the front too, that you went and who you represent. I know it's going to be East team, but they know you're from Borough. They know you're from Apollo Ridge. They know you're from Valley. Just represent your school, your family, everything that is a part of you. Represent them well out there tonight, and have fun, of course. Like I say, I'm going to compete and all that. Of course I want to. But I want the kids to have fun. I'm not going to be pressing and doing all that stuff until maybe at the end. All-Star games go. The first couple minutes. First quarters, NBA All-Star game. They play around for 3 quarters. Fourth quarter hits, it's serious.
True.
It's serious. So get the shots up. Hey, you guys know how to play basketball. That's why you're here. You got chosen to be here. You earn the spot to be here. So just play basketball. Just play basketball. I'm just expecting you or asking you to play hard. That's it. That's it. Because you never know, this could be your last game.
Well said.
Okay.
Oh, Coach. Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Rarely do. I always say I don't ever, even when the competition is pretty steep, I don't go into a game I feel like I'm going to lose. And that's just kind of how you should think in life, not just on the court, but throughout life. So, hey, if it's just kind of a scrimmage of sorts, it doesn't mean you still got to go into it thinking you're going to lose or thinking losing's okay.
That's in anything. I mean, I tell my own kids that you want to be great at everything you do. Like I'm a mailman. I want to be the best mailman ever.
Yep.
Down in the city of Pittsburgh. I want to be the best coach. I want to be the best father. I want to be the best husband. You want to be the best at everything you do to your ability. You want to try every single day. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose. You're going to make bad choices. But it's how you come back. It's all about the comeback. It's all about the bounce back, as Trey Timpton would say. It's all about the bounce back. So bringing
an Alle-Kiski guy into it to bring it full circle there, Coach. Well done.
Yeah. That's my man.
Well, hey, Coach Corey Smith, thank you so much. Again, always a pleasure. Could probably come up with 15 more questions to keep this conversation going, but it's getting to be that hour. So appreciate you making the time, as always. And looking forward to seeing you and the East team and the West team in both the boys and girls game on Saturday for the 25th Cager Classic. Thanks, Coach. Right.
Appreciate you. I'll see you then.
All right. For Coach Corey Smith, my name is Joe Rhoades. We'll see you next time here on High Top Sports Network.